It was a historic night in downtown Toronto. The Blue Jays dominated the LA Dodgers 11-4. A decisive Game 1 win against the defending champions in what was the Jays' first World Series appearance in 32 years. Joining us now is Rob Butler, a member of that historic 1993 World Series winning team. In fact, the only Canadian to win a World Series ring for a Canadian team. Rob, it's so great to have you on.
Nivrita, thank you for having me. I appreciate doing this.
We couldn't have asked for anything more, I think, as Jays fans last night. How did you feel going into Game 1 and as you watched this historic night unfold?
Well, being a fan and a former player, I was very excited. I couldn't wait for the game to start. I've been wearing my Tom Henke shirt for about 3 weeks now and really riding the wave of all the emotions of the World Series coming in, all the playoffs, right? It's been a wild ride for this team, beating the Yankees and then beating the Mariners when it's been tough, and then coming on and having to face the Dodgers in the World Series. It seems like it's a huge mountain to climb, but you love this team so much and you trust them so much. You kind of know that great things were going to happen. And, last night it was what a gem of a game. Incredible to watch. So much fun to watch as a fan and so much fun to watch as a former player, knowing kind of like what's going on in the dugout, what's going on the field, how they're feeling, and probably the emotions they had after the game in the clubhouse.
Let's talk about the standout moment. Addison Barger comes off the bench and hits the first pinch hit grand slam in World Series history. A total of 9 runs in that 6th inning, the most in a single inning since 1968. It broke things wide open and it was pandemonium at Rogers Stadium. What was going through your mind in that 6th inning?
Oh, it was hopefully they keep playing the game the way that they've been playing it the whole time. I can tell you, he probably didn't even think he was going to try to hit a home run, especially facing a left-handed pitcher. He's probably just thinking, I'm going to hit a ball hard up the middle and hope for the best and hope we score 2 runs here. Instead, he gets a pitch that's kind of hanging there, and he actually drilled it, and it was just incredible. Like what a feeling for a guy who played in the minor leagues this year at some point and has come on to be a great Major League Baseball player, so clutch, and to do something that no one has ever done, especially in your first at bat in a World Series. It's incredible. He's got to be standing like on a cloud. And the beauty of all that, it was set up really by, Yasevich, the way he pitched, the way he held on, the way he grinded it out. I mean, he gave the team confidence because they had an opportunity to win the game at all times, even though he was struggling and, had trouble with his command, which also may have helped him a little bit because when you're effectively wild, it's really hard for good hitters to figure out what pitches to swing at. And you can kind of see the Dodgers a little bit back on their heels at times when if he was like around the plate more, they may have hit him. But it was such an unbelievable performance. I think that it uplifted the whole team. So you could see later on in the game, they knew they had a chance. And once they got the ball rolling, a guy like Barger coming in and pinch hitting and doing that is just unbelievable.
In fact, in his post-game interview, Barger said he couldn't feel his legs. He kind of blacked out, which I think is understandable. But, I can't even imagine what it's like playing in that atmosphere. Now, you don't have to imagine it. You've lived it. So let me ask you what that's like and how much of a role do you think that played for the Jays last night?
Oh, it's an unbelievable feeling. You when you first get out there, you're not able to feel your body. It's kind of a out of body experience because it's all new. The emotions are a little bit different from when you're playing during the regular season. Even though the players are trying to stay the same, it's impossible to stay the same because you're looking over a World Series logo. Millions of people are watching you on TV. You know that everything is magnified. So, the emotions that when good things happen, it's incredible. You literally float around. I'm surprised he didn't miss all 4 bases when he was running around them because I'm sure he was having trouble keeping his wits about him as he was going around. So, all the great highlights of that game, all the players are feeling this. They're just on such a high of emotion. They're probably, it's incredible. The adrenaline you could probably get could light up the whole city for weeks, from the electricity that they're creating. So, to get to have those moments and feel that like I did when I played in Game 4 and Game 5 in Philadelphia, I know exactly how it feels. It's an incredible feeling.
Oh, yeah, the cameras were shaking, for those of us watching at home. And, of course, we've been seeing the fan reactions on the streets. Let's talk about the Dodgers for a moment, because they've been the formidable force coming into this World Series, making this very much a David versus Goliath sort of matchup as we were heading into Game 1. Now, we might need to rethink that narrative. Talk to us about the weaknesses that you're seeing in the Dodgers game. Where should the Jays be focusing?
Well, I think more of the fans and the media make up the David and Goliath thing. I don't think any baseball player who plays long enough would ever say that. They know that every team that they're playing against at some point will beat them. And the Blue Jays have proven they can beat them in the past. They beat them during the regular season. So I know that's in the back of the Dodgers' minds. But it's something that I've been saying a lot in the past couple of weeks is that the Dodgers aren't really used to playing as a team like this, who are just so grinded out. so in love with each other, so willing to do anything that they can to win, and they play smart. They use their speed, they get on base, and they set up innings for opportunities to score runs, and they really make the most of it. They're not trying to do too much. I mean, they hit 3 home runs last night, but they weren't even trying to do that. They really were just trying to get on base, try to hit the ball hard, stay in their zone, stay up the middle, stay on the pitches, right? And the pitchers are coming in and just throwing strikes and really attacking them as if it doesn't matter who they're playing against. So the Dodgers, I mean, for them to play against the Blue Jays, they got to kind of hopefully, if they want to win, they got to kind of play the way the Jays are playing, right? Be more aggressive, not rely on Ohtani so much. Their 1 through 9 lineup has to come through, right? The Blue Jays from 1 through 9, each night somebody different is doing it. Like last night, everybody did. It was a total team effort. And when you watch the Dodgers, if Ohtani's not doing well, it may bring the whole team down. So somehow they got to find a way to get everybody rolling the way the Jays players are. I'm hoping that they don't. I'm hoping that the Dodgers do not figure it out till next year. So it's a great feeling for the way Toronto's playing, the confidence that they're riding, and the Dodgers have a big hill to climb to get over that. Confidence means so much.
Okay, game 2 tonight. What will you be watching for?
Honestly, I'll be watching for the same kind of game. It's been so exciting to watch. I think all the fans are just loving every player because every player is coming up and doing something. So I'm really looking forward to, Gosman just pitching a great game, using his 2-seamer. Balls that move sideways and down are so hard to hit. Hitters really like to feel comfortable. They want to see straight fastballs and counts where they can rely on the fastball maybe coming. And the Jays aren't giving them that. They're really pitching backwards and doing things that are making it very difficult for major league hitters. And that's saying something. So I really think that if they keep doing that, they're going to have success. They're going to be in the game, and then hopefully that big inning that they can blow it open like last night, and continue to do what they're doing, just making us all fall more in love with them.
And how important is that lineup flexibility? Because we've already seen how important that is. Any specific player you'd be watching for? Because like you said, it is a top to bottom roster contribution sort of team.
Yeah, it's amazing how Schneider has really built this team on using everybody. It really is a feeling where, oh no, this guy's coming in. It's unbelievable how he's made everyone overcome that. It doesn't matter who he's putting in. They're going to do something really good because they're all so well prepared. They've been doing this all season. So they switch in and out. They use pinch hitters. They switch guys up. So, you're always looking for Barger and, want Bichette to come and get a couple of hits and play great defense. I'm excited to see, Kirk starting to come alive. I think he's starting to figure it out. He's such a free swing kind of guy. And, that's really kind of helped him last night with coming around and getting those big hits that he got. So I'm looking for Kirk to really turn it up a notch. And also just, that's still that 6, 7, 8, 9, that bottom of the order where, they have to play so well. Those are the guys that create like crazy excitement for the top of the order because it turns the order over. So I'm watching for those guys that are near the bottom to do well and keep the ball rolling for the top of the order guys.
All right, Rob, we leave it there. Thanks so much for your time. And of course, go Jays. The best part about this is that we get another game tonight.
Yes, another game, another exciting day for everybody in Canada, and it's Go Jays Go!
That is Rob Butler, former Toronto Blue Jays outfielder and 1993 World Series champion.